When a new Five Nights at Freddy's game is coming out, there's usually a good amount of hype surrounding the release. That hype either comes from teasers on the Scott Games website, rest in peace, YouTubers making videos about the game, or most importantly, the trailers. While they aren't like high-class cinema or anything, they did their job of showcasing what will be in the game and exciting fans pretty well.
No.
Plus, they're kind of nostalgic to watch nowadays, considering they're all around a decade old at this point. That is terrifying to say out loud. However, when the Click Team games were ported over to consoles and remastered for mobile, yeah, remember the old mobile versions? They made new trailers to promote them, which I find kinda pointless. It's not like the PC versions were that different to the console ones. You could have just re-uploaded those trailers and added the platform logos at the end. But no, instead they made like 4 different uploads for each available platform. Again, pointless. On top of that, the new trailers they made were, for lack of a better term, fucking terrible. So hey, why not take a look at the remastered versions of the trailers for the first 5 games and nitpick the hell out of them? Can you tell I have nothing interesting going on? I'm only going to be looking at one to sister location because Pizzeria Simulator and Ultimate Custom Night didn't have trailers to remaster, and Help Wanted Onwards have the same one for all platforms. Oh yeah, I'm going to be looking at these trailers with the assumption that you've seen the original ones. I mean, you've had 10 years to watch them. This is the one that got my attention initially. It is completely different to the original trailer, which I'm fine with. That trailer came out before FNAF even had a large internet presence. So there's things here that were either from early concepts or just added in an attempt to build interest because this game had a rough build up, holy. It was still a good trailer though. It showed off the environments, had a good sense of atmosphere, and it was pretty damn accurate to the general vibe of the final release. The remaster had none of that. Let's start with the good parts of the trailer. I liked the look of the marker circling the Help Wanted article. Okay, on to the bad parts. They redid the text, so now it looks too bright and not really ominous at all. Like, in the original trailer, it was up front with the lack of resources you have and really made it clear that you aren't safe in the pizzeria. The animatronics were going to be terrorizing your ass. The new one though, the most ominous thing it says is that there's strange noises. I'm shaking already. It's obvious they wanted to do that whole thing of Fazbear Entertainment sugarcoating how much danger you're actually in with the way it's set up to look like an advertisement for the job, but I don't know, I just think it looks too tacky. It doesn't fit the atmosphere of the game at all. The light-hearted dialogue doesn't work for FNAF 1 when the only comedic moments in that game is how casual the phone guy sounds while talking about how brutally you're going to be murdered. Also, they use the FNAF 2 static noise when the text is on screen. I found that weird. The first game's static sounds just fine. They even do the hallway alarm sounds near the end. What's the point? Nothing even happens throughout the whole trailer. More on that, I really don't like how they pad out the trailer with the most mundane gameplay. It's all from 12 AM on night 1, everyone's on stage. You could pitch this as a realistic security guard simulator and nothing would look wrong with it. Actually, never mind, they aggressively flash the "It's me" screen at the end with no rhyme or reason. Horrifying, I know. But yeah, this is boring. It doesn't represent the actual game very well, and it's just kinda pointless. The original trailer worked fine, even with the parts that weren't seen in the final game. Moving on. Thankfully, there isn't much to go over with FNAF 2, as I think Click Team, the guys who uploaded these trailers, got lazy and just hastily recreated the original version. I'm fine with that though. The original FNAF 2 trailer is great in my opinion. The only difference I noticed is that the clips of gameplay used here are all from night 1 again. It's weird though, in the FNAF 1 remaster there was literally no movement as you'd expect, but here there's plenty of movement, even from the Wizards who are only active on night 3 onwards. If I had to guess what happened, the person making this probably just changed the animatronics AI values in the game files so they could match the original trailer, but then started at night 1. I could be wrong though, I'm not Matt Pat. But yeah, overall, this is a fine trailer. You know what isn't a fine trailer though? This shit. It starts out the same as the original one, with vendors of Fazbear's Fright, but then the text is completely different and makes this annoying futuristic typing noise. It also doesn't have that cool effect where it goes red and bloody anymore, it's just kinda boring. Oh well, at least it uses footage from nights other than 1 for obvious reasons. Why the fuck is it using footage from the game? The original version didn't use clips from the actual game, it let the atmosphere and tension build up with shots of different areas of the attraction and it worked just fine. Now the audio building up just feels weird when there's footage of jump scares and the lights blaring, like, what are you building up to? I'll tell you what it's building up to. The trailer starts to close out with the same clip of Springtrap violently convulsing before the tension reaches its peak with... Are you taking the piss? This isn't bad cropping on my end, this is just how the trailer looks. Firstly, they do the jump scare before the title, which, sure, just makes it look like there's a clone of Springtrap sitting in his eye. Come on, they just played his camera jump scare in a black void and they couldn't even do that right. Did they just not watch their minute-long trailer back over, or do you think they noticed and couldn't be arsed changing it? Either way, this sucks. They didn't need to change anything, they did, it's now worse, good job. Oh, thank fuck, they actually recreated the original trailer again. This one's fine, still has that feeling of being unnecessary considering you don't even see on-screen controls in the trailer, so you could have easily just used the PC one and absolutely nothing would have changed, but whatever, nothing was made worse. Except for the fact that the clip with the jump scare has the clock show 8 AM for some reason. How do you even do that? I can't even get annoyed, that's just impressive. Also, the beta jump scare noise is still being used. That was fine in 2015, the game hadn't released yet, so things could have easily changed, but in 2019, come on. Okay, final trailer. Same complaint as FNAF 4, there's no on-screen controls and it's trying to recreate the PC trailer, so just use that instead. But whatever. One big complaint I have is that in the compilation of the past games at the start, you might notice that they just used footage from their respective remastered trailer. How do I know this? Well, for FNAF 2 and 4, their clips literally show the text from the trailers, for fuck's sake, how do you not notice that? Yeah, rest of it's fine though, passable job guys, I don't want to talk about these anymore. And that's pretty much everything I have to go over. Was I being a little hyperbolic in the title and intro when describing how bad these are? Sort of. They aren't the worst thing constructed by man, maybe like the 27th worst, but they still kind of piss me off when you have perfectly fine material right here, just add the platform screen at the end of those. Well anyway, that was me crying about 5-year-old indie game trailers, hope you enjoyed, and next time I'll be screaming about the way Bonnie's fur colour changes between each game.
How could they do this?